Greetings everyone, I'm Dr. Anth. In the video on Dating the Past Part 1, see below, I explained how carbon-14 dating is used on things that were once alive, and the potassium-argon dating is done on volcanic ash, so dating the fossils is indirect. In this video, I will describe a site of our human ancestors that was directly dated using potassium-argon dating. Back in 1974, Mary Leakey, the famed paleoanthropologist, while working at the site of Laetoli, Tanzania, found the mandible of an Australopithecine. Mary Leakey and her team continued to work at the site over the years, hoping to find more skeletal remains. One evening in 1976, as the sun was slipping over the horizon, two of her team members began throwing dried elephant dung at each other. One of the men, ducking to avoid the dung, landed on his knees on the limestone surface. The angle of the sun was such that it highlighted an animal footprint in the rock below the limestone. The game ended as the crew gathered to examine the print. The next day, more limestone was removed to reveal more animal prints. However, it was the end of that field season. More exploration would have to wait until future field seasons. By 1978, most of the limestone covering was removed to show an extensive trail of many different animals, including ostriches, giraffes, and elephants, among many others. Mary Leakey's team also discovered a trail made by our Australopithecine ancestors. The Australopithecine footprint trail is about 88 feet or 27 meters long. The footprints are very similar to those made by modern humans who never wear shoes. Now here's the fun part. We can date when our ancestors made this trail because it was made in volcanic ash. This is the scenario for how the footprint trail was made and preserved. Millions of years ago, a volcano erupted, spewing vast quantities of ash into the air. When the thick layer of ash settled, it completely covered a watering hole. Shortly after the eruption, it rained, turning the ash into something like wet cement. The animals that had been using the watering hole needed to find some other source of water. Elephants know where the water sources are, so all the animals, including our Australopithecine ancestors, began to follow the elephants as they traveled over the wet ash, and they left their footprints behind. The sun baked the ash into a hard surface, preserving the footprints. At some point later in time, the volcano again erupted, covering the trail with a new layer of ash, which also hardened over time. Over millions of years, the environment went through many changes until one day, a man trying to avoid elephant dung rediscovered the trail. Based on potassium-argon dating, the trail was made 3.6 million years ago. The Laetoli mandible has to be dated indirectly by the position where it was found relative to ash layers. Because of this, the mandible can only be loosely dated to between 2.9 and 3.9 million years ago. But the footprint trail can be directly dated. Our ancestors walked as we do 3.6 million years ago when they followed the elephants to a new water source. In the next video, I will discuss some other methods used to date the past. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.